Morning. I'm joining you from outside on my porch. And today I want to keep going with some more beautiful stories. And these stories, kids, they're just stories that should fill our heart with a lot of love and just a lot of real tenderness with them. So today is about being able to see. It's about being able to see. And I'm sure some of you probably either still like or have a little baby brother, a little baby sister who likes to do the peekaboo game, right? Where you cover your eyes and you go peekaboo, and how excited people are. I know we had 5 kids and they're all big now, but I can remember when they were little. I remember just playing that game and just loving it. And I think why is it that we love that game? I think we love it because for a moment we can't see, and then boom, all of a sudden we can see, and it's fun, and there's a face that loves us. There's someone right there who cares about us. So that game of peekaboo can be a lot of fun for us, and maybe a good game on Halloween too. So what I want to do, kids, is read you a story and talk about what this story might mean. It's a beautiful story about Jesus restoring the sight to someone who couldn't see, who was blind. Some people can see and some people are blind, they can't. And this is a story about Jesus healing somebody who could not see. So let me read you the story. It's a short story, and I'm going to show you a picture, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit. A blind man felt his friends pulling him through the noisy crowd, and he asked, "Is Jesus really going to be able to heal me?" At last he heard one of his friends pleading with Jesus, "Master, we beg you, touch our friend so he can see again." So their kids, just you think about that part, right? And you have a group of friends, and one of them's blind, and this blind friend they really love a lot, and they want Jesus to be able to heal. And you think kids like you need to do the motions of this, like they're working their way through the crowd. There's a lot of people. They're just trying to get close enough to Jesus so that Jesus will be able to touch their friend and be able to heal him. And just again, I think touch their friend. He would have been touching their friend's eyes, touching their friend's eyes. Then the blind man felt Jesus' hands gently touching his eyes. And again, think of the beauty of that. Like I just think, oh, just that very tender touch, just putting his hands right there on his eyes. "Can you see anything?" Jesus asked. The man said, "I can see people, but they look like trees walking around." He hadn't seen forever. And all of a sudden, he opens his eyes and it's a little blurry, and he thinks people sort of look like trees. And I imagine he probably said that with a little bit of a chuckle. So Jesus put his hands on the man's eyes again. This time, the man looked around in wonder. Wow, now I can clearly see. So he puts them on again, and he takes them off. And it's just like peekaboo. All of a sudden the man could see. Hey, kids, take a look. Take a look at this picture here. Can you see how happy this guy is? How incredibly, look how happy he is. He is just so excited because he can finally see. And there you can see his friends around him, and how thrilled they must all have been at this time as well. So that beautiful story, kids, about being able to see, and there's a lots of places where Jesus helps people to see. And sometimes it's like the peekaboo. Sometimes they literally can't see, and then peekaboo they can. And sometimes they can see, but they can't see. They think they see somebody, but they're really blind in a certain way to who that person really is. And I want to share with you a little story that I learned about that years and years ago. I had this dear friend, and he was handicapped, and he would ride around often in a wheelchair. And I remember talking to him. I really wanted him to be able to speak at an event I was doing. And I said, "Do you feel like you could speak about your handicap?" And kids, you know what he told me? He was very kind. He said, "Well, Chuck, I don't really think of myself as handicapped." I loved that, right? I loved that. And he taught me so much. See, I was blind. I thought, oh, he's just handicapped. But he's like, "No, Chuck, I'm going to help you to see. And I'm going to help you to see that that's not how I see my life. Yeah, I have a wheelchair. Yes, I ride around in a wheelchair, but really, I'm not handicapped." deserved it all. Life was good for this person. So kids, that's what to think about today. Think about, the real beauty, and just, take a little breath here with me. Just the real beauty when we can truly see other people, when we can see our families, when we can see our friends, when we can see the Lord, when we can see all these things, because the world is filled of so many beautiful things to see. And what we've got to do is we got to open our eyes to see them. And that's what the Lord's here to do. He's here to help us see more and more and more and more. And to just be able in that seeing to make those connections with other people, to make more friends, to be loving people, to be good, to be all those things. So, kids, that's this week's Bible story. I hope you enjoyed it a ton, and I hope as well to see you back here next week. Whether you're enjoying this with me this Sunday morning or over dinner on a Wednesday night, doesn't matter. Just great to have you kids part of our New Church Live family. So take care. Have a great Halloween and have a great week. We'll see you. Bye bye.